motherfucker said, I picked a fight that I can't win, bro. I'll punch you in the face in reality.
Share the feed, share the feed, share the feed. Yes. Share the feed, share the feed. Hey, where's my thing at? Wait a minute. Yo. My applause. Good morning, everybody. Yo, it's not that I'm late. The thing is really is it was so hard to find music articles today. I'm supposed to have an applause here. Where's my applause button? Please share the feed. Please share the feed. Please share the feed. Sharing the feed is important. That way we can grow the live stream together. Sorry about that. Really? For me? Oh, well, sometimes it works, I guess. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Really, thank you. Thank you for being here. I didn't think my applause worked. I was about to come and get you. Everybody share the feed. So let's see. We're going to share it in podcasting groups. Let's try that. Even though this really, it's more of a live stream. But we get it. Good morning, Hans. Nice to see you in the chat. Yo, I'm telling you, there's no music news. Except for, really boring, accounting and, court type style music nerd news that I would read, on my own, and leave you guys out of. If you want, I can read you some of my really, really deeply nerdy music industry stuff, but I think it will be, unrecognizable to people on this program. Most of the stories that I bring to people on this program are at least somewhat recognizable or use, 70% English. The music industry is backed up by technology and law. And as we all know, legal terms is like learning, Indonesian or something like that. Golden Cleopatra in the background. How you doing? Thank you. Seriously. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here. I do have a couple things. I'm going to share the feed out. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever the hell else we are. Where are we now? I don't know where we're at. All about podcasts, live streams. We're going to share that to all of these groups. Hopefully it helps. I'm sure they'll fucking deny me. I love how all these guys got podcast groups and poetry groups. You write a poem, and then you join a poetry group on Facebook, and you try to share your poem. There's some fucking weirdo gatekeeper that wants you to, check all these boxes and go through all these checkpoints. It's man, that's what the problem is with the internet. You guys all want your own customizable internet just for you. And that's why nobody's showing up. If you really want a world just for you, don't be surprised when nobody shows up. You know what I'm saying? Customizable, all with your own signature featureless emojis. You know what I'm saying? Lexi likes that button. I can tell. I'm going to make sure we get Lexi an applaud button on her podcast. I feel like she needs one. She would love that. That way she can say things and then go, really, it's not really. Really, thank you. No. You are. No, you are. Come on.
Play the button again.
You want to do it again? No. No. No, seriously. You're too kind. Thank you. Really. Thank you so much. I could just do the next half an hour like that. I don't have a lot of content today, so we'll just press these buttons. I worked all day on that. Thank you. All right, no, that's enough. So, I'm just going to share this out to a bunch of other groups that will deny me. I'm just going to share this out to a bunch of people that will inevitably reject me in what I have to say. But I'll share it out anyway, because who gives a fuck? It's the internet, and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about anything anymore. I'm not here to save the world. I'm here to tell the truth. Podcast promotion. Yep. I hope somebody fucking deletes this shit. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is a year of truth. Everywhere I go, I'm going to tell the truth. Nose to nose with motherfuckers. Anybody who wants to know the truth, they can come right next to me. I'm going to put my nose right in their nose. Yep. All right, podcasters. I mean, that's enough. I've done shared us everywhere. So good morning to you guys. Let me just throw this out. I do appreciate you. We hope and wish you a happy beginning of the week from all of the friends and family members here at the Swarm, all the Swarmies, people in the Hard Rock Heavy Metal Reset, as well as all of my staff, friends and family members here at Sepsis. If you didn't know, this is a local, regional, hard rock and heavy metal band page. So aside from doing live streams and podcasts and games, and sharing education and posting, and doing art, we also make music and we write hard rock and heavy metal songs, which can be found to all the typical places that need not to be named over and over again. Hey, good morning, Scott. Play Blacklight. Okay, hold on. Ready? Dun 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 dilly dun 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 woo rip up that's the beginning to Blacklight. You guys are great. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's talk about some music. Oh, well, whoa. We can't even get into fucking music. It's not going to happen. What's up with the fucking eclipse? Are you guys ready for the eclipse? I bet you all the recording artists at Eclipse Records today, they must be promoting all of this stuff. I'm just kidding. It was a terrible joke. What's up with the eclipse? Are you guys into this? You think it's the fucking blood rapture? Is someone gonna croak? What's the deal? Are you guys eclipse people? Are you planetary people? What's the deal? Who's coming? Is the Messiah coming? Who's coming? The Pope? Energy is off the hook. Oh, thank you. Much love to you. It's all the caffeine. It's the fucking caffeine. I'm telling you. So this is actually a very reserved version of me. People that know me in real life know that I'm a complete psychopath. If you ask anybody that knows me up close and personal, it's hard to get to know me through a live stream because this is my public personality. Of course, we all have public personalities, we have private personalities, and then we have secret personalities. But most of the personalities that we see online, most of the personalities that you see of other people in public are indeed public personalities. Like people in law enforcement, CIA, FBI, fucking your parole officer, officer friendly. A lot of times like detectives and investigators and people that are seeking knowledge and ultimately seeking the truth will have to gain rapport and access to people's personal and secret behaviors, their personal and secret lives. In order to get a real understanding of who somebody is, you have to get below their personal personality so you can access their secret personality. And their secret personality is who people really are. That is their criminal personality. So this is my public personality. So in my public personality, I'm very, I'm less internal. I'm more external. So some people misunderstand my hyperactivity, I think, online. Certainly, because in real life, I'm actually much more hyper. Yeah, so my whole life I was told to settle down, you know. This is about as settled as I get. So, the eclipse. I like planets, and I like space. I like our solar system. I appreciate all the chemical realities. I appreciate all the natural, physical realities of my existence. I appreciate and I respect all the things I can and cannot understand in terms the density, the variety, and the spaciousness of our reality. I'm not intimidated by it. However, I do know that some people are. I know a lot of people are afraid of the eclipse. Are you guys afraid of this eclipse that's coming? Oh, Renee's into astrology. So this is a big day for you. Okay. Wow. Hopefully I don't eclipse your morning with any more unprecedented news. I think that everything will be all right for those that are paranoid about the eclipse. I do want to tell you guys what not to do during the imminent eclipse. I know this isn't music industry related, but this is also about technology and social media. So this is one of the things being covered today. This is one of the important topics today for people. Maybe that's why there's not a lot of music industry news. Maybe it's all planetary stuff, you know. Anyhow. A cosmic marvel, a total solar eclipse is imminent. The event on April 8th, which is today, everybody, it's going to allow tens of millions in the 115-mile wide path of totality to experience the moon completely block the sun, turning day to deep twilight and revealing our star's resplendent corona. There's a fucking word for you. It's a rare eclipse opportunity, though experiencing it comfortably and safely requires a bit of know-how. Did you guys know that? Maybe that's why there's so much anxiety around the eclipse to begin with, because it's actually maybe it does pose some real world, less cosmic, but real world environmental effects. I'm so ready for this eclipse. It is going to transcend reality. Now, see, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna transcend reality. See, you as a human being are not the center of reality. So you may be transcending, or you may be experiencing something, or you might hallucinate, or you might misinterpret the effects of what's happening in the sky. But the eclipse is a reality. So it's not going to transcend reality. The eclipse is reality. It doesn't need to transcend it because it is reality. See, some things that are so real, they don't need to transcend it. You don't need to transcend reality when it's actually real. Like zombies, that transcends reality. You know, we just did Easter. You know, somebody resurrecting from the dead, that's transcending reality. Stuff like that. You know, that's it doesn't matter what you believe. That's okay with me, whatever you believe. But just understand that a miracle is transcending reality. Natural things are not transcending reality. Those are natural things. Natural chemicals, natural environmental things. Maybe human beings can explain them. Maybe we can't. But things that human beings can't explain, it does not mean that it's transcending any reality. It just means it's above your head. It's above what you're used to. If you ask people that study this stuff, it's very real. To transcend reality would mean that it was beyond the scope of reality. Nope, we have eclipses often. We have, depending on how far you want to read into history and astrology and cosmonauts and all the people that have looked into the sky, Copernicus, all of these people that look into the sky, meteorologists, sky viewers, bird watchers, they're familiar with the reality of planets. Our moon is relatively close. It is a close satellite in proximity to our home planet. This is a very real reality that's not transcending anything, scientifically speaking. Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's definitely a lifetime experience. You got to be standing in the right place. You got to live in the right part of the country or the world to see these things happen. I dig it. That's like you got to be standing in the right place to see an earthquake. You got to be standing in the right place, you know what I mean, to see a stampede. You got to be in the right place to see lightning strike. But it doesn't transcend reality. Like those things they happen. It's very real. It's very earthly. An eclipse is a thing that we experience on Earth. That means that's very close to our reality, actually. It's extremely close to our reality. Try to figure that one out. The wife picked up glasses for today. We tried to find some, too. I actually really am. I think he's saying he could care less about it. I really can care less, is what he said. I just don't understand the hype. Funny thing is, here in New York City, they are asking you to use mass transit. That's interesting. Where do you live in New York, man? No, I'm just curious now. So I'm with Scott on this. And I don't want to what's my new word? Deter. I don't want to I don't want to scare anybody away from the eclipse thing. I'm not like some guy that is highly qualified to speak on these experiences. But I'm with Scott on this. I guess I just don't see the excitement. I don't think I'm gonna watch it, to be real with you. We couldn't find the glasses. The girls were all out looking for the glasses. I know the band was talking about watching it. If that's 7 people, 2 times 7, you know what I mean? It's a couple $100. It's a couple $100 to get for everybody to get these glasses, and then we watched this thing happen and everything. I haven't even gotten into what other actual real concerns there are, but there's all this like reason for people to start bringing up stuff that doesn't matter. Like I get it, this planet's moving around. The planet's been moving around since the planet has existed. The planet spins around and around and around. We go around and around in circles. And I feel like just like the planets, it kind of encourages us to have the same conversations and go round and round in circles about who's God and what's going to happen and the end of the world. I'm almost 44 years old. Do you know how many times there's been the end of the world just in my lifetime? Like, I think, honestly, there might be like 8, 9 times the world was supposed to end. Seriously, in my time. I'm just over it, you know what I mean? So, now, the more natural part of the phenomenon is what I would like to learn more about here. So let's check it out. Here's what you should avoid doing during an event that experts say you must try to see. That's funny. Here's what you should avoid doing at an event that experts say you should try to actually see. So you should avoid it and see it. Quote, in my experience, you can't overhype it, Richard says, an astronomer and senior advisor at the American Astronomical Society, told Mashable this year. Now, hold on. I got to back up me and Scott here. Fuck this dude. Richard, fuck you. Not personally, but just fuck you. Actually. Because you're a cool dude. You've lived your whole life in the clouds. You've had the opportunity and the privilege your entire life to be a fucking astronaut and to play with fucking planet models and to using your imagination, because you don't live in space to observe it every day. Your job, much like people that dig up dinosaur bones, your job is to take fucking dust and particles and tiny little things and try to make up a story out of it and try to generate a larger story. For God knows what reasons, but I know you got to put food on the table. So that means when your supervisors and your managers tell you to say something, you're going to say it because you feed your family, and I don't blame you. But what do we know for sure? I know for sure that you've spent your whole life studying this because you love it. It's like me studying rock and roll or heavy metal or guitar. I'm a fucking expert. My whole life I've been trying to make a living doing what I love, right? And here's somebody right here that's invested their entire lives, in being an astronomer. He's a senior advisor at the American Astronomical Society. Of course he's going to say something like, you can't overhype it. That's like me talking about Spotify and people ripping off musicians. You can't overhype this shit. That's a phenomenon. Why don't we all put our fucking stealing glasses on and watch capitalism destroy American society and music and art? I could see these things. We learned how to watch an eclipse without special glasses in middle school. Please tell us, John, how do you do that? Damn, I didn't know about this. Let me know. Scott said, I'm going to be playing. He's going to be playing guitar at this time. I'm going to be playing with my axe when it's going on. That is more important to me than being outside looking at an eclipse. Yo, you guys are great. I'm not bad-mouthing the eclipse. I know someone's going to watch this and be like, Will doesn't like eclipses. No. Please don't do that. I do sometimes kind of make fun of some of the, the people that think like, it's the devil coming or stuff like that. I've heard some of these people say, I'm not making fun of anybody, but some people, online think that the eclipse is, they think it's spiritual. I think it's scientific, but some people think it's spiritual. Maybe it's both. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing it is, though. It is a marketing scheme for people that want to sell plastic glasses. I should have came up with this shit. We should have came up with sepsis eclipse glasses. We would have made $1 trillion. We tried to get these glasses yesterday. Nobody had them. Yeah. When the moon completely blocks the sun, things get strange. Yeah, like what? Like light? The total eclipse experience is intense as the temperature drops and day quickly darkens. It's a certain way to increase the odds of distracted drivers. I mean, doesn't the same thing happen when it rains? The clouds come, the sun goes away, and then I don't know. A lot of people will be very distracted at that point. Avoid traffic at that time. Jack Signal, an astrophysicist at the University of Richmond, told Mashable, avoid being a pedestrian, he said. If you must drive, stay vigilant. Well, I'll tell you, if you live in New York, or you live in New England or New Hampshire, you better stay vigilant any motherfucking way. Because the way people drive, and snowbanks and ice and black ice and fucking sleet and snow, you better stay vigilant. We want to make sure we're looking out for the pedestrians. That's what Jim Free said. He's an associate and an administrator. And he's urging all of you guys not to walk during the eclipse. It's important that we stay focused on everyone around us. People probably are going to be stopping, so be careful. That's all they had to say about that? So basically, oh wait, no, there's more. Don't buy NASA approved or unvetted solar eclipse glasses. Are you hearing this, everybody? Your eyeballs are going to burn the fuck off. Don't buy NASA approved or unvetted solar eclipse glasses. Something's wrong with you if you do this, apparently. NASA doesn't manufacture, endorse, or approve solar eclipse glasses. Are you guys hearing that right? NASA doesn't even want you wearing these things. They wouldn't even approve of it. NASA has not approved of any unvetted solar eclipse glasses because you could potentially burn your fucking eyeballs. That's what NASA's talking about. If you purchase eclipse glasses from a vendor or manufacturer, hold on now. If you purchase eclipse glasses from a vendor or manufacturer that makes this claim, it's possible that the product does in fact meet the international safety standard for looking directly at the sun. But they're not being honest sellers. Instead, try to ensure your product has been vetted by the American Astronomical Society. The American Astronomical Society. They provide a through list of sellers at this link right here, which I can't even put in the fucking chat. I should do something about that, where I can put links in the chat. Why can't I do that? Don't leave right after the solar eclipse. So if your eyeballs start to burn the fuck off and your skeleton catches on fire, don't go anywhere. Stay right there and burn to death. No, just kidding. If you leave after the event, you'll likely hit traffic. No shit. If you've ever been to a rock and roll or a heavy metal concert, obviously, if you leave after the headliner, you're likely to hit some fucking traffic. It's a good idea. It's a good idea to at least make it a day trip. Bring supplies, bring friends, bring booze, bring your grandmother. Just make sure she has, followed the qualifications for vetted eyewear. Don't leave right after the eclipse. Instead, sit there and fucking melt in the darkness. Otherwise, you will be stuck in traffic. So that's what they got to say. The other thing they're saying is don't remove the eclipse glasses until the sun is completely blocked. Oh. Okay, so, when this thing is coming into view, don't try to get sneaky and take a peeky. The greater eclipse event will last some 2.5 hours. For most of the time, the sun is partially blocked as the moon gradually blocks the sun, meaning a partial solar eclipse. So don't remove your glasses, as it says here, until the sun is completely blocked, or you'll shatter your fucking retinas. Don't worry about taking the perfect eclipse picture. Astrophotography, it's cool, if you have the right equipment. But during the few minutes or so, you have to experience totality. An event that won't happen in the U.S. for another 20 years, Feinberg suggests just embracing the experience rather than trying to snap pictures on top of the red heifer. Don't worry about trying to get great photos. Use those precious few minutes to observe all around you. Don't forget about viewing the planets during the eclipse. During totality, you'll have an opportunity to glimpse planets in the darkened sky. Weather permitting, Venus and Jupiter will be partially radiant. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. When they say don't look at it, don't forget. Okay. I wonder if Lexi knows about this. Venus will be located below the sun about 15 degrees down to the right. You can use your first held out arm's length to measure the distance. A held out fist measures about 10 degrees. Venus is bright because of its relatively close to Earth and is blanketed in extremely thick heat-trapping clouds. These clouds are made out of marijuana. No, I'm just kidding. These clouds reflect much of its sunlight back into space. You can also see Jupiter, which is 11 times wider than Earth, will end up to the left of the eclipsed sun at about 30 degrees, which is 3 fists away. Those of you with large fists are, at a disadvantage. What can I say? Oh, my neighbors are playing salsa. I like when my neighbors play salsa. It means the spring is here. Oh yeah, she's going now. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the salsa. Hopefully I don't get DCMA'd. That's a disturbing thought. Me shutting down the stream because the neighbors are playing salsa. It hasn't happened yet, though. Knock on marble. The gods of Odin are going to come down here? All right, you let me know when that happens, brother. What is this? I don't know. What are you? What's up, guys, this morning? What's up, Chad? Funny, after the headliner, I light up and wait till the traffic leaves. The right time to fly high. Me and Carrie are headed up north to see it. Where you guys going? Why does one head up north? Is there an advantage to that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is there an advantage to going somewhere else to see the eclipse? You let me know. Oh, I can block people. Oh, man, that's nice. Look at that. Ooh. Okay. I like it. Oh, good. I didn't know I had these security controls right here. I don't need to block anybody. Let's see. In the path of totality, is it cloudy and probably won't see it, but I hope though. I might, you know what? It's weird. I'm kind of with Scott on this one. So a part of me feels like I don't like it and I don't want to see it and I'm not interested in it. That's definitely part. Then there's another part of me that I think I have to admit that I might be slightly irritated by it. I'm trying to get to the bottom of that. This is my own problem. This isn't you guys. This is a William thing, man. I suffer from watching people all get excited about one thing and then a bunch of people go shopping and running around like over exaggerating. It makes me naturally want to ignore it. It makes me, you know what I mean? Anytime I see like society and civilians all fucking start like obsessing and trending over one thing, it does repulse me. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stand to watch people just on autopilot, everybody running around doing the same thing, following the same thing. Because it reminds me of how hysterical people were, you know, during slavery. It's just everybody goes with one thing and they all do one thing and everybody just all gets involved in one thing and everybody becomes experts at one thing and it's like, nobody even cared about fucking space until this eclipse thing came out. Like, why do we care so much about space? Why don't we care about pollution here on the planet? Like, why do we care so much about buying glasses and looking up into the sky? So we're like looking into our phones, then we're looking up into the sky. But like, look in your neighborhood. Look at the homeless people in your neighborhood. Look at the drugs on your street. Look at the racism in your city. You know, a country, a basketball team, any color, any version, any age, any group, any family is only as strong as its sickest, oldest, and weakest people, man. Any society, any group, any clan, any band, any tribe, they're only as strong as their poorest, weakest person in the group. So I think that's what bothers me about the eclipse, is that nobody even cares about fucking space. People just care about being entertained. They care about shopping. They care about what's trending. They care about what everybody else is doing. They care about what's going on across the pond. But they won't look in the fucking mirror. They won't look at the pollution on their own streets, in our own oceans. Why do we look into the sky? Why can't we look at our own planet? I don't have a problem looking at maps and atlases. I don't have a problem with the World Wide Web. I don't have a problem with astrology. I don't have a problem with dinosaurs. I don't have a problem with looking at history. I'm not saying let's get rid of this stuff. But I do have a problem with everyone being so excited about a solar eclipse and no one is excited about the pollution and the drugs and crime in their own neighborhoods and cities and streets. How can we look up at the moon and drive around vehicles that are killing plants and animals and insects? That's my problem with the eclipse. Is it's selfish. It all comes down to people spending money and entertaining themselves. There's nothing to be acquired. There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to offer each other. There's nothing that we can grow from. It's just an experience, a supernatural experience. We're always waiting for some supernatural force to come into our lives and do something for us. We're willing to spend money on it. We're willing to spend $20 on plastic fucking glasses and drive all over the fucking state. When's the last time you drove and picked up some trash? When's the last time you drove and helped animals? When's the last time you drove 20 minutes and helped some homeless person? When's the last time you helped a stranger? When's the last time that you drove out and added value to your community? Fuck out of here. It's just a bunch of fucking rich, privileged people that can afford to buy shit, to drive around and fucking have vacations and celebrate themselves and self-worship their spare time and free time by buying unvetted glasses from NASA so they can look up into the skies and then look back down into your phone. Gotcha. I keep it real. Motherfucker. Keep it real. What we need to be doing is spending some money on our education. What we need to be doing is spending money on art. What we need to do is spend money on protecting each other, man. What we need to do is stop worrying and being dramatic about what's going on across the pond. We need to start, spending a little time, a little spare time, a little money on bringing us closer together as human beings, to erase the lines and division in this country so we can get some things done and clean up our climate, clean up our streets, and take care of each other. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know them books, brother. Dada Cricket says, what is my favorite Paul Vrillo book? I've never heard of nothing like that, so I can't really say. I can't speak on it because I've never heard of it. That's one thing you guys aren't going to get from me, man, is I'm just somebody that if I don't know about something, I'm going to admit that boldly. I'm not somebody that comes on the internet and needs people to agree with me. I'm not looking for people to side with me. I'm not here spitting facts or anything like that. Nope. I'm actually doing the one thing that all the other entertainers online aren't admitting. I'm just here to create entertainment, entertaining dialogue, and inspire conversations that are fun. That's it. I'm not here to change the world. I don't care what you believe in. And I know you don't give a shit about what I believe in. But the good news about me is I'm not here trying to change people's minds. I'm not here trying to get people to like my music. I don't give a fuck if you guys think like me or like my music or none of that. Because if you do, then you do naturally. This is a natural and honest place. This is a natural and honest place on the internet. This is one of the only honest internet pages on the internet. That's what we're dedicated to. We're dedicated to authenticity. So we also allow people to be authentic and think and feel as they wish in our communities and on their pages. We like all varieties, shapes, and sizes of men, women, people, religions, cultures. Everyone is welcome here. That's it. We love everybody here. Sepsis, our community, our family, we are a people-fronted organization. We are a people-fronted band, from our lyrics to our shows. If there's anything that we are extreme about, it is diversity and fairness, mutual respect, and variety, for sure. And a pursuit for the truth, man, and happiness and friendship in a genuine experience here on planet Earth. Not just with people, but with animals and creatures, the environment, all of that. We love all of that. I'll look up this author because I have the time and I don't like ignoring people. So I'm going to look up the author. I don't read a lot of books anymore because I don't have time to. Although we do have a lot of people in the team that read books. Let's see what this guy's about. Oh, let me see. Let's read it to everybody since we're in there. Paul Virilio was a French cultural theorist, urbanist, architect, and I don't know the word there, but he's a philosopher, and he's best known for his writings about technology as it has developed in relation to speed and power, with diverse references to architecture, the arts, the city, and the military. This kind of seems like right up my alley. You ain't lying, bro. Hey, I might have to check it out now. Thank you for pointing me in the right direction. Thank you so much. Yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to cover or learn about or talk about, that's what this is about, man. I appreciate you for turning me on to that. Again, when I come here to present, I'm not a smart guy. I'm not an educated guy. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not privileged. I'm not. This program here every weekday at 10:30. This is a program for us. This is a program usually about the music industry, technology, social media. That's what we normally talk about as conversationalists. That's what we cover here. I bring on articles and we kind of read them together. So it's not really about me knowing things and you guys not knowing things, or you guys knowing shit that I don't know. It's about us coming here and just sharing ideas together. No one has to be right or wrong. There's no right or wrong answers. There's no rewards for people here. There's no colors or religions or races. Everyone here is just people. And, you know, the music industry, accounting, booking, marketing, artificial intelligence, it's just so much information coming at light speed all day, every day. And it's evolving at such a pace where I wanted to create a live scenario where we could come in day to day, look at the leading news, the leading stories, and just talk about them together, go over them, and encourage people to kind of do their own homework and develop opinions after the fact. You know, there's a ton of opinion online. Everybody knows I got one. Jeez. But, you know, the thing about my opinions, they're usually developed after the fact, and I don't mind being challenged. If you have something to challenge my opinion, that's what this is for. We can look it up together. That way we don't have to sit in the comment sections and debate and, you know, try to go over material that we can't reference in real time. This is something where we're all at our tablets, at our phones, at our computers. And if there's something that you say in the chat, we can look at it. If there's something that I say here in the live feed, we can stop and we can examine it together. We can go over it. You know, we can share links. And then we can even get off the feed and continue on the conversation. So this is my way of creating a real place, an authentic place that's safe, where people don't have to feel the same. People don't have to think the same. That's the kind of band we are. we're the kind of band and we're the kind of people and we're the kind of friends that we don't expect our friends or our fans to think like us. We don't secretly hope that, you guys all think and, feel the way that we do. Even in the band, there's nobody in the band that is the same. We have all kinds of different backgrounds and ages and orientations and colors and shades, and that's what really makes up our band and our staff. So as a reflection of that, our music is the same way, our message is the same way, and we want to promote that here on the page also. So thank you for turning me on to that. There's never enough education that we could share here in our networks, in our groups. If you haven't had an opportunity to join some of our other networks and groups, we encourage you to, because we are proud to say that we are one of the few places, we are one of the few independent organizations at our level that can talk about the music industry so boldly. We are one of the only bands at our level that come on routinely, consistently, boldly, and speak freely and authentically and honestly about what happens every day in the music industry. And the reason why a lot of musicians and artists avoid that topic is because they are fearful of becoming swiftly and certainly punished in the music industry. They think that by speaking out about the music industry, by being honest about the events and the things that happen in the music industry, a lot of musicians fear that they will be punished and they will lose access to the networks, the fancy friendships. They feel that they will lose access to becoming part of the fancy music industry. By speaking out and talking about what happens in the music industry openly, many artists feel that they will lose an opportunity of making a living in the music industry. By telling the truth in the music industry, artists are paranoid that if they tell the truth about the music industry, that they will lose access and an opportunity to make a living in the music industry. That's why we talk about it. Again, I appreciate you so much. And let's get on to this next. You guys like Avenged Sevenfold? I know it's one of Melissa's favorite bands, I think. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys like. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys like Avenged Sevenfold. Avenged Sevenfold's frontman M. Shadows doesn't mince words about Spotify on a recent podcast appearance. He calls out the digital service provider, saying that it withhold crucial fan data from artists and how the company makes music consumer friendly at the expense of artists. Let's back this up. I want to get this right in the view. Let's get this right in view. I wish this little ad thing wasn't there. That's ugly. Avenged Sevenfold frontman M. Shadows doesn't mince words about Spotify on a recent podcast appearance. He calls out the DSP withholds crucial fan data from artists and how the company makes music consumer friendly at the expense of artists. Let's check it out. Spotify is becoming a one-stop shop for everything audio, from your favorite music podcast and even audiobooks. If you listen to it, Spotify wants it. That consumer-friendly approach is great for getting music out to the masses, but it does very little on the back end to help artists who depend on the platform. M Shadows of Avenged Sevenfold says, Spotify has a great system for the user. Consumers pay $9.99 or $14.99 a month, and they get all the music that has ever been created for virtually nothing. Now, on the other hand, the artist has nowhere else to have their music listened to. You're not going to go on a road trip and go to every individual artist's website and pull up their latest record and stream from there. That's what he says. It's kind of like when you put a AAA movie out, but it's not on Netflix or in theaters. Who actually goes and sees it then? That's the way consumerism in America, we want ease of use. M Shadows criticizes Spotify's failure to capitalize on that direct connection with fans, instead describing the DSP as a label sellout. Spotify has ease of use of the consumer, but what they don't do is, I don't know the last time I saw someone wear a Spotify shirt around. I've seen Metallica shirts, I've seen Avenged Sevenfold shirts, I've seen Taylor Swift shirts, but you never really see Spotify shirts. That's really true. You don't really see people like representing Spotify. That's funny. They don't let you reach out to their platform. They don't let you perhaps upsell things. That's basically sold the company in return for catalog for the labels. Sounds like I've been saying this for a long time. When I talk about Spotify, everybody calls me a fucking whiner. When I talk about Spotify, when I mention things like what you're seeing M Shadows mention, people label me as I'm just a brat in the music industry that isn't successful. But when M Shadows points it out, I wonder how people feel about that. Avenged Sevenfold is widely successful, and here they are telling you the truth about Spotify. You have all these old record label deals that most people are locked into. Getting a royalty on that percentage that Spotify pays you. Most bands are getting about 24 cents on the dollar. So it's not Spotify really, the payment. It's more like the labels and having bad deals. That's a good point. The discussion over Spotify's royalty rates has kicked up in recent months as the DSP introduced changes this year that went into effect this week. One of those controversial changes is that songs must receive at least 1,000 plays in a 12-month period to be eligible to receive royalties it generates. As for the direct-to-fan pipeline from Spotify, the company has partnerships in place to showcase live ticket sales from partners like Ticketmaster and Eventbrite. It also has a design tab aimed to let artists sell their merch to fans. So Spotify is listening to complaints. Not really. I think what M Shadows is talking about is when people stream your music, there's no way that the artist can recontact the fans of your music. So like if Spotify says that you have 3,000 followers, there's no way to access those 3,000 people. You can't message them, you can't talk to them, you can't email them. Like on Instagram, if I have 8,000 followers, I can potentially contact those people. I can message them about deals. I can send advertisements directly to them, whatever. If you have 4,000 followers on Facebook or YouTube, there are direct ways that you can communicate directly with your fans there and your followers. Remember, not all followers are fans, and not all fans are ticket goers. You know what I mean? M Shadows is talking about looking at the millions and millions of viewers and followers he has on Spotify and not being able to access those clients. They're being gatekept by Spotify. Spotify will say, you have 4,000 monthly listeners. Oh, do I? Like, if I have 4,000 monthly listeners, then why don't I have their names? Spotify has their names because most of them are in the subscriber tier, and Spotify and other tech companies like it have been collecting data from you guys for years and years and years. So, yeah. Anyhow, let me get back into the chat, see what's up with you guys. What do you guys think about that shit? And you guys haven't even said anything. Are you guys still there? Did you guys leave me? Cool. We'll do a couple more. When did I start streaming? Do you guys know? I gotta do better at this. We gotta do better. We gotta do better, you guys. Did I do this? I'll just do a quick update on the UMG Spotify thing since we just did Spotify. The fact that UMG is now rocking with Spotify. They have recently pulled their catalog from TikTok, and a rancorous dispute over licensing terms will not be lost on the latter company, meaning Spotify will continue to be friends with UMG. The deal also includes an agreement with UMG's publishing arm, UMG PG, to enable Spotify to distribute music videos in the U.S. Spotify recently added music videos for its subscribers in 11 countries. Oh, yay. You guys, doesn't that sound amazing? You guys can go to Spotify and watch music videos? I feel like they're a little late to the party. Spotify and UMG said today that they will continue to explore additional features that allow fans to discover artists and propel virality of the new releases. You see this? Propel virality. Spotify and UMG said today that they will continue to explore additional features that allow fans to discover artists and propel virality. Virality isn't necessarily like a way to make a living or a career. Like, not all artists want to go viral. Consumers and fans are obsessed with going viral and virality because the products that encourage people to go viral are for consumers and babies and kids. Adults don't want virality. We want longevity. Spotify has been a committed partner in creating tools that help maximize attribution and fair pay for artists and songwriters that demonstrate a win-win partnership between music companies and platforms, create an environment where innovation, artists, compensation, and next generation fan experience can coexist. This sounds like the biggest bullshit I have ever fucking heard in my life. UMG's major rivals in the independent sector will be hoping that Spotify's fair pay is accompanied by a commitment to fair access to its new promo tools for artists who aren't signed to UMG, even if the latter gets first to go on them. See, these tools that they're talking about are record label tools. That's not any tools for me or you. That's tool for people who have fancy friends and people that are on the label and people that have money. These tools that they're describing are for people that are willing to play the game. We'll look more into that as time goes on. You guys that are out there today and doing the you guys that are out there today doing the eclipse thing, make sure that make sure you're not burning your fucking eyeballs out there. We'll do one more story, then I'll split till tomorrow. Hopefully there's more music industry news at that time. Arizona's Taylor Swift bill promises Arizona's Taylor Swift bill proposing civil penalties for bot-powered ticket purchases moves one step closer to becoming law. Arizona's Taylor Swift bill. Imagine that. You're such a popular artist that they're like naming laws after you. House Bill 2040, which could prohibit the use of bots to purchase live event tickets in a number of situations, has moved one step closer to becoming law. The relatively little discussed legislation passed through Arizona's state by a lot. Of course, the measure's introduction and legislative momentum have followed the well-documented Taylor Swift Eras Tour pre-sale fiasco, which prompted all manner of lawmaker outrage and spurred no shortages of criticism against Live Nation. Yeah, the thing that people don't understand, I think, a lot of the times is the artists and the booking agents and managers a lot of times are allowed to make the ticket prices. And I know some people will be mad at me for saying that, but I'm telling you guys the truth. Like, if you wanted to know, does sepsis have influence on ticket sales of some of our shows? 100%. If you come to a sepsis show and it's $12 pre-sale, $15 at the door, or something like that, chances are we made that. So if you've ever come to a sepsis show and you're like, what the fuck, this shit is expensive, you guys can blame me. But there are no other artists that are going to admit that to you. It's like when bands don't get paid, you have to, that's the promoter's fault, man. He didn't create any opportunities for them to get paid. Yeah, the venue and the promoters, and hopefully, some artists have like booking agents and managers. Those are people that are trusted and responsible for creating opportunities and leveraging, activities mutually, fairly, ensuring that artists get paid for their performances. So, according to the coverage from local outlets, including the Arizona Capital Times, hearings took place earlier this year when Live Nation attorney expressed support for the bill, and a Vivid Seat representative voiced reservations. A Vivid Seats representative voiced reservations. The federal-state overlap between the Bots Act nevertheless indicated that having this conduct prohibited under state law and empowering the state's attorney general to police conduct is something we think is important and necessary, the mentioned outlet transcribed. This is what I will say. I don't know how they're going to be able to stop the ticket scalpers and like the bots. Maybe AI, I guess. The text defines bot as any automated software program that performs automatic and repetitive tasks, like a macros, and that is designed to impersonate or replicate human activity online, like pretending to be a person and buying a ticket. and underscores that the bill would cover public concerts, theater shows, sporting events, exhibitions, and other happenings requiring payment of admission fee to attend. Running on those points, the bill would bar the use of bots, but not password autofill features or related tools to purchase tickets in excess of the posted limit for an online ticket sale. Utilize multiple IP addresses, accounts, or email addresses to bypass these posted limits or otherwise circumvent security measure or electronic queue, waiting period, pre-sale code, or other sales volume limitation systems. What the fuck, man? Everything is botted out like that, man, huh? Jesus Christ. It's like crazy like that. Lord have mercy. Y'all be cool, man. I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Protect yourselves out there. Be kind. And be careful with all this end of the world stuff, man. Just take it easy on yourself. Don't stress out. You know? Don't always worry about what's going on up in space or across the pond or what your neighbors are doing. Those things are important for self-awareness, for sure. But take some time for yourself. Take some time to look in the mirror, self-reflection, and save a little free time for your own inventory and personal enrichment. Y'all be cool.